Welcome to the Elevate Media Podcast with your host, Chris Anderson. In this show, Chris and his guests will share their knowledge and experience on how to go from zero to successful entrepreneur. They have built their businesses from scratch and are now ready to give back to those who are just starting. Let's get ready to learn, grow, and elevate our businesses. And now, your host, Chris Anderson.
Welcome back to another recording of the Elevate Media Podcast. I'm Chris Anderson, your host. Today, I'm going to share a secret to our success of getting past the six-figure mark in our agency. So if you want to know, stay tuned in and I'm going to share it with you. All right. So you're trying to grow your agency, your coaching business, and you want to get to that magical six-figure mark in your business. How are you going to do it? There's a lot of things out there that you can implement, that you can do to grow your agency and your coaching business. What's it going to take? What's the most important thing that you need to implement to get to that level? I'm going to share with you what that one thing it was for us at Elevate towards the end. So make sure you stick around. But that was a big goal of mine. When I first started, obviously, I just wanted to make money. I just wanted to have something coming in because I quit my job in 2020. So I was making nothing. I went from steady paychecks from my corporate job to zero, and savings was dwindling. This was during a pandemic as well. So things were up in the air, but I knew that we could figure it out. And so I went for probably about a year getting random jobs and not with Elevate, just completely different, just trying to figure it out. I was doing, it's called Fiverr. Basically was doing handyman stuff on the side just to make ends meet, just to figure things out and support my family. My wife's a teacher, so she wasn't making a lot. And then Elevate happened. I finally put my ego and pride to the side and said, I've done this with my podcast. People are asking about it. I'm going to just lean into this, what's been given to me, and I'm gonna run with it. And that's what started it. But that's not what got us to six figures. Taking risks, being diligent, continually working, that wasn't necessarily the reason we got to six figures. There's one critical thing that helped us get to where we are today, and that's going to help us get to the next level of $250,000 to $500,000 company. That one thing is relationships. You might not have thought relationships was what I was going to say, but relationships are crucial to getting to this level in business and beyond. It's all about people, man. People have got to know about your business. You've got to make connections with people to get clients. You've got to serve and go above and beyond with your clients to get referrals and to keep them as clients. You've got to help and give back to find partnerships that are going to grow your business. It's all about people and relationships. If you're not going out and connecting with people, if you're not going out and networking, if you're not going out and shaking hands, getting on calls, finding new people, and then taking care of your clients, your audience, if you're not doing those things or all around relationships with these individuals, then you're going to fail. You're not going to make it to those levels you want to get to. You can't do it without people. You can't do it without relationships. Relationships in your personal life, relationships on your team, relationships with your clients, relationships with your network. It all comes down to relationships. So how can you better improve your relationships? A couple things. One, give more value before you ask. In our relationships, if you can give more from a place that has no ask after, to just give to help, then that's going to improve your relationships. It's like I think it was Grant Cardone talk about events. He's like, we don't make money from events. We might even out, but events are for the people. Events are to help people learn, get them fired up, give them that boost to then go out and make a difference, to make changes, to improve their positioning. But events aren't to make money. It's to foster and nurture relationships with people who are in their audience. And that's the important thing. If you can give, maybe that's start a podcast for your business. Maybe it's starting a video podcast for your business. So you can improve that connection, that relationship with those who tune into your channels. Maybe it's connecting with your audience online asking them questions, finding out more about what makes them tick, what makes them buy, what are their pains, actually having conversations with no agenda, but to find out how you can better serve them. Maybe it's reaching out to your clients if you haven't in a while and say, hey, what's everything going well still? Or is there anything that, you could see us improve on? Because it's going to show that you care and that you want to get better and you want to help them. And it's going to help you improve things. So it's all about the relationships and connecting with people and figuring out how you can better connect with people. It's just having conversations. I went to a networking event last year, I think it was, down in Florida. And I was just there. I just wanted to connect and learn about people. I love talking to people and learning about their stories and learning about what they do. That's one reason I started a podcast, because I can always learn from someone. I don't care if you're the janitor, you're CEO, if you're whatever you are. Everyone has something that I can learn from in one way or another. So that's why I just like going and connecting with people. No real agenda, just wanted to hear their stories and connected with a few people down there and just connected well. Just had really good conversations. No business happened from it. Completely okay. Just good relationships, supported one another, brainstormed ideas. Hey, have you tried this? This is what we're doing with Elevate. Have you thought about that with your business in some way? Oh, no. Okay. Or I asked the same question. Hey, you're doing that. I wonder if that could work with Elevate. And you just having those conversations. And then down the road, one of those individuals came back and said, hey, we love what you're doing at Elevate. Like, we really could use that. But we see the value of you personally and your business for a possible partnership in our business. We'll give you a stake, a percentage for your consulting, plus we'll pay your team to do work for us. And so things like that just happened. That wasn't the agenda, starting the relationship, starting that conversation with that individual a year ago. It was just to help. It was just to build a connection, to support one another, and keeping that relationship, that connection open within this last year. It wasn't, hey, we just talked there and never talked again. We each followed up and we both, hey, how you doing? How are things going? Where are you at? How was implementing that thing? Did it help? All of that, just touching base, just to touch base, just to help, because we're all on this journey together. And that's one thing you have to remember too, as you're trying to build these relationships, you're giving energy and time to these individuals. There comes a point where it's one-sided, where there is nothing coming back from the other side. And it's okay to, quote unquote, end that relationship, not give so much energy and attention to it, because it doesn't serve the purpose. Like, you're trying, but eventually it's just almost just falling on deaf ears. So you got to move on in a relationship. Even on the business side, you're trying to help people or help an individual, and you're conversing, and then all of a sudden they just blow you off or they aren't listening. It's just time. It's okay. If that season's over, move on. But it all comes down to relationships. So when you're going out and when you're meeting new people, when you're out in the community, when you're at these networking events, remember that, how you present yourself. Even if you're having a bad day and maybe you just are short with someone, it happens. I'm guilty of it. That starts a relationship on the bad foot, or someone sees that and they're like, ugh, like, it all has a ripple effect. I'm not saying you have to be perfect. I'm not saying that you have to fake everything. Like, it's okay to be upset sometimes, but just be transparent and open. Maybe if you're having a bad day and someone comes up to you and is asking a question or like trying to have a conversation and you're not feeling it and you don't want to, be open and transparent. Be like, hey, I appreciate you coming up here and wanting to chat, and I would love to, but maybe we should reschedule. Just having it's just one of those days that I need to process these feelings, these emotions, so I can give you my best, so I can focus on you and not come across wrong. Is that okay? Just be open and transparent about it. Like, I think so many times we just want to seem perfect and seem like we got it all together. But if we're having a bad day, just tell people like, hey, it's been a rough day and I'm not going to be good for you. It's not going to be fair to you because you're not getting my attention. Let's reschedule this if that's okay. Because I don't want to come across negative to you like I will because I'm having a bad day. It's that simple. People understand. People have bad days. They're going to be like, oh yeah, I get it. Cool. I appreciate that. So just be genuine. Just build relationships, but you got to get out there, because if they don't know you, they don't know your thing, they don't know your business, growth is going to be very slow, if any. So that's our secret. Our secret, relationships. That got us to 6 figures. That's going to get us to $500,000. That's going to get us past $1 million. That's where it comes down to, is relationships. So build high quality relationships with high quality individuals, with high quality clients. Give value. Like Gary Vee says, value, right? Before you ask, the jab hook thing, and just work on that. We can all improve at our relationship building skills. I constantly am. So I hope that makes you think. I hope that makes you reconsider maybe going to that networking event or connecting with that person on social media, because it's uncomfortable. Relationships and building relationships can be uncomfortable because it pushes us outside our comfort zone. It makes us talk to people. It makes us, especially in the world we are now with everything being online, when you actually have to go and physically talk to someone or call someone, people might think that's like a microaggression, but it's just forming a better relationship. So expand your comfort zone, get out there, meet new people, build relationships, build friendships, build more clients. It all comes down to relationships. So I hope you can take something from this, take it, implement it, see how it works for you. And until next time, go out, keep elevating your brand, elevate your life, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you for listening to the Elevate Media Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. See you in the next episode.